Team Gilgame. What's good, duelist? Johnny Kusa here coming at you with Dueling with Team Gilgame, episode 5, I believe. It's like the 5th time we're doing this for the week, in the weeks. To make week number 5, not 100% sure. As you noticed, I got a deck I want to be testing today, and it is Jack Knights. And you've also noticed there are 4 cards in this deck that you can't see the actual artwork to, and that's because the updater for Wyco Pro 2, it updated and added the cards to the game, but it wouldn't add the artwork because my updater decided to crash. It's just not working right. It put the cards in there, but it just didn't want to, add the artwork, which is fine with me. We can still play test this deck without the artwork. Doesn't matter to me. But anyway, this is the Jack Knights, or as the TCG will call it when it releases, Knights of Living Metal. Now, you're wondering, what is this deck and what does it do? If you have no idea, you're living on a rock and haven't seen any updates from all you YouTubers out there that have been discussing the new cards coming out, this is a column-based deck. The deck is derived of level 5 and higher monsters, with ranging attacks from 800 to 25. And the way these cards work is they all have the same summoning. They all have the same way. They can all be summoned the exact same way. If there are 2 cards on the field in the same column, you can special summon any of the Jack Knights in your hand to a monster card zone that's in the same column as the 2 cards. So say for example, you have a spell card in the middle spell trap zone, and your opponent has a spell card in their middle spell trap zone. You can summon any of these Jack Knights from your hand to the middle monster zone, provided there are no monsters in those zones occupying that zone. So keep in mind that if the monsters you have monsters occupying that zone, like if you have 2 monsters on the field, one on your opponent's side of the field in the main monster zone, middle zone, and you have a monster card in the main monster zone, it's in the middle zone, and nothing else on the board, you cannot summon the Jack Knights. Yes, there are 2 cards on the board in the same column, but because the main monster zone is being occupied in that column, the Jack Knights will not be able to be summoned. So it makes it restrictive, it makes it a little harder to play. But that's what playtesting is for, and that's what we're here for. So I'm going to go into this deck build. This is probably the best I can come up with right now. I might have a future deck build later, but this is just a rough draft that we're going to be testing today online. So first off, we have 1 Gem Knight Garnet. We are running a Brilliant Fusion Engine in the main deck, so having the 1 Garnet does help, because you need it for the Brilliant Engine. 2 copies of Jack Knight of the Purple Husk, or Purple Husk of Knights of Living Metal, the Purple Husk, as they'll probably call it TCG. Not sure exactly what they're going to call it TCG, but this is my guess. 1 copy of Jack Knight of the Azure Blue. These are your 2 level 8s. This is what you use to get to your rank 8 exceeds. 3 copies of Jack Knight of the Crimson Lotus. It is your level 7. It is the one you need to search, which, by the way, I'm going to probably, at this point in time, take one of these out because I want to see 3 Purple Husk. Just give me guys a second. I'm going to kind of modify this here a little bit. And we're going to add in an extra Jack Knight of the Purple Husk. Let's see if we can find it right there. Add that into the deck. We'll go ahead and, while we're, showcasing the deck profile, we're going to do that. Okay, so then back to the profile. We have the Jack Knight of the Crimson Lotus at 2. Pretty good card. 2 copies of Bloom. The reason why we're running these at 2, and I meant to do this before we started doing the video, is because they're searchable. Easily searchable. 3 copies of Jack Knight of the Green Flame. It's got 3,000 body. Needed monsters in the main deck. So, summon at defense position. Good call. And then 3 copies of the best Jack Knight monster in the entire deck, Jack Knight of the Blue Sky. If you don't know what these cards do, I will give you a straight rundown from card to card to let you know what you do. So as for Jack Knight of the Purple Husk, if 2 or more cards are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand to that column. You can only special summon Jack Knight of the Purple Husk once per turn this way. So like I said, the main monster zones have to be empty in order to summon them. You can target 1 Jack Knight monster you control, including itself, banish it, until the end of the standby, until the standby phase of your next turn. And if you do, add one Jack Knight monster from your deck to your hand except Jack Knight of the Husk. You can only use this effect of Jack Knight of the Husk once per turn. So these deck effects are hard once per turn, and that's what makes them really restrictive. But we're gonna still try to make the deck work and see what we can do with it. Next on the list we have the Jack Knight of the Azure Blue. If two or more cards are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand to that column. You can only special summon Jack Knight of the Azure Blue once per turn this way. They all have that same first effect. Second effect. Once per turn, quick effect. You can target one Jack Knight monster you control, move that monster to another main monster zone. So that makes it pretty cool. You can, move the monsters around so you can have room, so you get some on the board, you get another one on the board, you have another one in your hand that you want to summon, but you can't summon it because there's no empty monster zones with two cards in the same column. You can move one of your Jack Knights out of the way in order to free that zone up so you can make so you can summon a third monster or whatever you need to do. And it can also target itself to move itself. Next on the list we have Jack Knight of the Crimson Lotus. If two or more cards in the same column, blah blah blah, they all say the same thing. Once per turn, this way. Okay, second effect. You can banish one Jack Knight monster from your graveyard and target one monster in the same column as this card and destroy it. So you're running them at 2 mainly for me because I'm not using the Jack Knights per se for their effects and their power. I can, but we're mainly using these cards, these two here, to go into a really little cool combo that can get you a rank 4 monster and potentially get you either a whole Power Puncher Dragon or maybe one of your rank 8s on the board. And I'll get to that in a little bit. Next we run on the list Jack Knight of the Yellow Bloom. It's the other level 7. Once per turn, this way you can banish one Jack Knight monster from your graveyard and target one spell/trap card in the same column as this card and destroy it. So it's back row removal, but you gotta banish the Jack Knight. I wish you didn't have to banish the Jack Knight to do that, but I guess they don't want this deck to be too broken. I mean, it's already restricted as it is, being a column-based deck, and then having to summon the monsters to the same column as the two cards in the same column makes it more restrictive. So having to banish the Jack Knights to get their effects, get these two guys' effects, seems like way too restrictive at this point. But we're going to give it a shot. Then, of course, for the 3 copies of the Flickering Flame, once per turn this way, if an opponent's card in the same column as this card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field, you can special summon one Jack Knight monster from your hand. This card's at 3 because if you can get rid of a monster off the board in the same column using card effects, or just for some odd reason 800 attack is strong enough to kill off the opponent's monster, which is highly unlikely, but if that ever happens in any situation, then you can get your Jack Knights on the board. Then on to the most broken and most powerful of the 3 elite Jack Knights in the entire core, Jack Knight of the Blue Flames. If this card is normal or special summoned from the hand, you can add one Jack Knight. You can add Jack Knight cards, not one card, not 2 cards, but multiple cards. And the updated text for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia states Jack Knight monsters. So if you look that up now, it will say Jack Knight monsters. So via the text, you can add Jack Knight monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, except Jack Knight of the Blue Sky, equal to the number of your opponent's cards in the same column as this card. And you can only use this effect of Jack Knight of the Blue Sky once per turn. So the way this card works is, say your opponent has a link monster in their extra monster zone, and then they have a monster in the same column as that link monster, or an extra monster zone with a monster underneath it in the same column, and then they have a set spell or trap or an activated spell or trap in that column. There's 3 cards in that column. You can summon this card to that column and potentially search a maximum of 3 Jack Knight monsters from your deck with different names. Minimum 1, maximum 3, if you go that route and summon into that zone. But either way, when you summon this card, you're going to at least search 1 card. And then we run For spells, I have 3 copies of Localized Tornado, or Localized Tornado. This was just announced like 2 days ago. We're getting this card in the Extreme Forces booster set next year. I want this at 3, mainly because you could set your board up with Jack Knights, and then if they have any battle traps or back row cards that they want to use on you, like floodgates or whatever that they haven't activated yet, or they're waiting to activate, you got Localized Tornado to get rid of, like, basically back row. It's basically back row removal, because what it does, it allows you to return all set spell trap cards on the field to the hand. Technically, I might switch this card out. It's like I said, we're just testing this, but who knows. Next, I run the 3 copies of Terraforming for my spell cards. Self-explanatory. This deck has a field spell. You want the field spell. Field spell is busted. 2 copies of Instant Fusion, because I do have 2 Instant Fusion targets. This deck is more of an anti-meta version of the build, and it is more of a control-based. So, Instant Fusion lets you get the 2 monsters needed for the control-based cards, and I'll show you the 2 fusions in a little bit. And then, this card, Teleport. The reason why you run this in the deck is because Jack Knights are all level 5 or higher monsters, and this card has no restrictions. The only downside to this card is you gotta pay 800 life points. But what's returned, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can pay 800 life points. Special summon 1 psychic type monster from your hand. So if you have no monsters in play, you can special summon your Jack Knights for free without paying the cost, or without having to worry about their effects. Then we run 2 copies of Brilliant Fusion. Like I said, we're running the Brilliant Engine in this deck, and I have reasons for that. And the reason why I'm running this engine is because Brilliant Fusion is a continuous spell. It puts a spell on the board. It puts a card on the board. You can potentially activate Brilliant Fusion in the same column as a spell or trap card your opponent has, which then puts 2 cards in the same column, so you can summon your Jack Knights. Then you get a Seraphonite on the board, which puts a body on the board, which potentially allows you to get another Jack Knight if they have a monster in their extra monster zone. You summon, or in their main monster zone, that's in the same column as the extra deck monster zone that you automatically start with. You put the Seraphonite in there, and you put, basically, it can grant you up to 2 Jack Knights if the field is set up correctly. And that's why I'm running the Brilliant Engine. Not to mention, Seraphonites could rank 5 Exceed, but we're not running rank 5s. And you can use it as link material for the link summoning of link monsters, which I'll get to in a little bit. Then we run 3 copies of Scars Caused by the Wolf's Legacy. This is their field spell. All Jack Knight monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can discard 1 Jack Knight monster or World Legacy card. Draw 1 card. You can banish 8 Jack Knight monsters with different names from their graveyard and are face up from your field. Send all cards in your opponent's hand and extra deck to the graveyard. Now the first effect, that's all we needed was that first effect, the first 2 effects. A 300 attack boost and discarding a card to draw a card. That's all we really needed for the deck, and make the card really good for this deck. But adding that 3rd effect, oh, if you can pull that off going first, you're pretty much going to auto-win the game, because you're going to make their entire hand go to the graveyard and make their entire extra go away so that they can't summon nothing. For traps, we run 2 copies of Return to the Front Lines or Back to the Front TCG. Target 1 monster in the graveyard for summoning into position. It's a pretty standard card now. If you're playing like Monster Born type cards in your main deck, you're going to play this. More likely, because Monster Born is still banned. Then we have 2 copies of Whisper of the World Legacy. When this card is activated, you can target 1 level 6 or higher monster on the field. It gains 1000 attack and defense to the end of this turn. When an opponent's spell/trap card is activated in the same column as a Jack Knight monster you control, resolves, negate that effect. So this stops the traps, or this stops your spell cards. And there's the other one we have here, which is True Depths of the World Legacy. When the opponent's monster effect is activated in the same column as this card, as a Jack Knight monster you control, resolve, negate that effect. So this stops the monster effects. And then finally, to round off the trap cards, we have 3 Solemn Strikes, because this deck wants to go second so bad. And that's the downside of this deck, is that it wants to go second and it's very restrictive at the same time. So Solemn Strike is a much needed trap card to help to keep the deck from being too slow and bringing your opponent down to the speed of the deck that this deck wants to be. Moving on to our extra deck, we have the one Gem Knight Seraphinite with a Brilliant Engine, self-explanatory. One Invoke Draws Jin, this is our instant fusion target. Put a monster face down, Book of Moon effect, not bad. It can also be used for link material, maybe rank 5 summoning if we want to go rank 5 exceed, but that's not the case. One copy of Valentine's Restrict. If you're wondering why I'm running this, it's an instant fusion target, and I can take control of an opponent's monster. And at the end phase, even though I'm losing Valentine's Restrict, their monster's going to the grave. Plus I can use this for link materials for the link summon of the link monster if I wanted to go that route as well. Then we run 2 copies of numbers 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon, because being able to summon 2 level 8 Jack Knight monsters and making a Galaxy Eyes monster that allows you to take control of an opponent's monster and then getting 2 Dark Matter Dragons on the board is ridiculous. So we're running it at 2. We're running the 1 Hope Harbinger, stop spell cards on the opponent's turn. 1 copy of Galaxy Eyes Hyper Dragon, because you use this to detach material, gain control, like I said, gain control of the opponent's monster, and then make 2 Dark Matter Dragons in process. Then we run 1 copy of number 42 Galaxy Tomahawk. Now, how are you wondering how we're making this card? You're using 2 level 7 Jack Knight monsters with different names, the Yellow Bloom and the Crimson Lotus. Exceed summon in the 42, get 4 tokens on the board, and then use the link and use this very cool link combo that I saw on the internet, but kind of modified it for Jack Knights, and I'll show it to you in just a second. Moving on to our link monsters, we have the 1 Barrel Load Dragon or Burrow Load. You can run this in the deck, and it's definitely worth running in the deck. 1 copy of Skull Dread, the Chained Draco Serpent. We don't have the artwork for that on here, but of course this is the one that has, this is the new link for use 4 monsters with different names. You basically get a graceful charity effect where you can draw 4 cards and send 3 of them back to the deck, any 3 you want. Then we got the 1 Firewall Dragon, because it can be linked, because the combo we use gets this on the board turn 1. 1 copy of Jack Knight of the World Remains. I would run multiple copies, but I don't think this is necessary. This card is good, but this card is a really powerful link monster for the archetype, but realistically you're only going to be getting 1 on the board at any given moment. So running it at 3 or running it at 2 is not necessary. So I just run the 1 copy. Then I run 1 Proxy Dragon, 1 Underclock Taker, and 1 Link Spider to round off the extra deck. And I use these 3 here specifically for the combo. And to let you know how the combo works, you would basically get this on the board, and if you have the ability to get 2 monsters to your hand from the deck, you would summon this card plus this card, or just add these 2 to your hand. And if you can summon both of them to the field, you get them both on the board. You make Galaxy Tomahawk using the 2 link level 7s, make 4 tokens, turn your Tomahawk and your Jack Knight of Blue Sky into a Underclock Taker. Using 2 of your tokens out of the 4, you're going to make a Proxy Dragon underneath the Underclock Taker. Using 1 of your tokens out of the 2 you have left, you'll make your Link Spider. Then use these 3 to make either the Burrow Load Dragon or Firewall. Or you can use these 3 plus that token you have left over and make your Skull Dread, the Chained Descendant, which draws 4 cards and puts 3 back into the bottom of the deck. And that's how that combo works. But now that we're done with the combo, and we're done showing off the deck, let's go ahead and play some Jack Knights and see how this really runs. I'm going to save this deck real quick. I'm going to take this bad boy online and see how this deck plays. Get out of here. For some online duels. Find some players online. Alright. Alright. And I'll give it goes. I want to go second, because of course this deck wants to go second. We have the Localized Tornado in our hand already. We have 2 Jack Knight monsters. Let's see, we can play Ritual Sanctuary. Pitching Dawn to add Terror, to add a Well, ooh, perfect herald. Okay. He might not have much of a board because he's just going to probably play herald and pass. So you have Donald the herald. Herald perfection hits the board. Using Dawn as to get Benton back to the hand. Grabbing Seraphonite. We'll start Scepter. This could work in my favor actually. I could probably get maybe 3 cards. I'm lucky. Get 3 of the guys. I might go get my combo. Or all pins. I only gotta search 2. We're gonna make ourselves use a form of portals. I'm going to be attached to take a card out of my hand. After drawing a card. So there's a potential chance if he sets a back row, I can get something on the board. Depending if he sets it. Ooh, that's bad. I lost my back row cards. I was hoping he'd take the orange card, but that's not going to be the case. So what we'll do is we'll going to set the spell trap zone. We're going to set our spell card so we can at least summon 2. We're going to activate the special summon Jack Knight of the Sky. Activates effect. He has 2 cards, so I can search 2 Jack Knights. It's too bad there's not 2 level 5 Jack Knights, or I'd be able to get a rank 5 exceed, and I might modify the deck to do that if we had any other Jack Knights. So we're going to grab our level 7 and our other level 7 to the board. Now we can special summon our 3000 Defender. Face up defense position. What's our level now? We have a level 6 and a level 5. And we're pretty much, we can link summon if we wanted to, but we're not going to go that route. I can normal summon now, I can normal summon, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to go into end phase. We'll leave it at that, we'll go to the end phase. Like I said, this is kind of like but we're going to see if we can make this work. I'll play test this build for a little while and see how this runs. Let you guys see Jack Knights in action. And not some fast-paced tool that most people put on the internet. Not just no disrespect to the players that do that. But to showcase replays. But maybe you'll see this in action. It's really cool. Yo, Dava. Super Pandishashi. Okay. Is this Yugi no disguising himself? Or maybe Sam Fox? Not sure, but stats in hand. Hoping he gets rid of that Jack Knight. The two on the field. Yes, get rid of that card. That's fine. I can make my combo. He's gonna take 3000. He's about to lose a shit ton. Okay. I'm not gonna sweat it. There's no sweating it. No need to sweat. We're good. Go ahead and make your herald. Of course, you have 2 cards to give Benton back. And then your Gemini Alexandria. Okay. As long as it doesn't stop my combo, I should be able to do this. Set that there. That works in my favor. Now I get the special summon my Jack Knight of the what you call it? Waiting on him. See if he has Solemn Strike. He does not have Solemn Strike. I will attempt to make the combo now. See if I can pull this off. We have our extra deck here. We're going to make our Galaxy Tomahawk. Confirm. Oh! Floodgate Raffle. That is terrible. That is terrible. Yeah, look. Oh, wow. I should have waited and just bounced his trap hole back to his hand. So, yeah, that's a bad option. And we're gonna at level 6. I can't make any level 7. I need to make 5s. Oh, I can do that either. I can special. I can still search. Yes. And he will negate that. Okay. Special. Oh, let me get something on the board at least. Put a chop blocker up there. So far, we're not doing too well. We're playing against Herald. That's just crazy. So, end phase. He's got double Herald and Ouroboros. That's hard to beat. I know what it's like to play that because I play the deck IRL. So, seeing that board is nothing motivating. Waiting on him. He's got Herald Affection to negate that. And that's not the one that stops monster effects, does it? Yeah, he activated the other Heralds. Okay, he knew better. That was just negated it. Made waste his fairies. Which he did send yeah, he sent the Scepter to the grave. Okay. We kinda had the combo maybe. But we just never got a chance to finish it because the Herald faction said no. Alright, we got Alexandria. Star 18, not bad. I mean, got 2800 defense. I can at least put out other guys on the board. And I'm going to stall him until he draws out of his deck because he's got less cards than I do. Can't swing over anything I have. So it's pretty much a point now where he's just going to draw out until he can like board wipe me with like Regeki or Dark Hole or something. So we could be here in a minute. Ooh, Deco Talker. That's wrong. Ooh, Brilliant Fusion. So he's playing Brilliant Herald. Okay. And he gets his Fluffle Wings to the grave. So he's got Toy Vendor combo. Alright. I think I can dig it. I can dig it. I think I'm playing the more perfected version of the deck. But Brilliant Fusion's not a bad one. Get this Wrath Man on board. Especially when you can link summon again. Plus you have Herald. Ouch. You're just mean, sir. You are just mean. Ooh. That's a bad idea. But we're gonna do it anyway. Let's see attack of this thing. Oh, so you can't put it in defense position. But you can take control of it. Actually, yeah, I can take control of it. Deco Talker. Get rid of something. Yes. That's your only option. And he's now down to 28. Okay. Should be able to play localized. No, it's face up. I'll set one so I can get a monster there if I need it. And he's here for me. Ritual Sanctuary. Okay, activate its effect. At this point, it's now a waiting game, unless you can kill me. It doesn't seem like you're going to be able to. What are you pitching? So I got him on a waiting game at the moment. Oh, no. Okay, Spot Trap, Scepter. Sovereignty to hand. You probably top deck the Sovereignty. He can't use. I don't know. At least now he can start making some damage at the board. I'm thinking about Ritual Sanctuary secondary. Another localized tornado. Okay. I believe it's gonna be game, guys. I believe it's gonna be game. So first game we tested. So the first test, run this deck. It's gonna showcase that we cannot. This deck. First test run, not a success. Hero Perfection. Probably has preparation of rights in his hand. No. It's not. Because I had that on the board. Wasn't even thinking about it. 18. So we got one more turn. One more turn to make this count. Get Purple Husk. And we get the Purple Husk on the board. And we get our third localized tornado. And that's going to be pretty much it, guys. I'm going to take this loss, eat the life point damage, and then we'll go for the next game. But I'm not scooping. That's one thing I won't do. I will not scoop. Sir, you have no reason to use that. You don't need to make a second herald. You make a second herald, I'm like, what the hell? There's no need for that. That is game, guys. That is game. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll take that loss like a man. Alright. Let's go into another game. Yeah. Like, Alright. No matter what you pick, I'm gonna go second regardless. This deck is a going second deck. I need to go second. Alright. I have Purple Husk. I have Scars, Conquer the World Legacy. Not bad. Oh, we're gonna see that combo? Only, yeah, I believe we are. For Dragon's Ravine, Dragon's Shrine kind of thing. He's got a scale 5 and a scale 0. Scale 0, scale 13, and a scale 5. So anything between 6 and 12 can be pen summoned to the field. Still waiting on my opponent. He's going to pen summon. Oh, our guy's Pencil and Dragon. me ask him something. See if I get a response from that. Okay. Set it to the spell and trap zone there. Set the other one there. And then I need to set this. Perfect. We should be able to pull this off. Maybe. Could be wrong. Activate by sending purple horse to the grave, and we're going to draw a card. Okay. Guess that's not going to do us any good. It's got 20 in the attack, why not? Targeting itself. We can return itself to the field next turn. Check now the in defense mode. It actually has a good decent defense. Okay. I'm going to search the level 7 with 28 defense as well. I want this in defense mode. I don't know why I just wanted defense mode. I'm not giving him any reason to link summon. Ooh, we can do this now. Why not? Why not take this monster? And gain is 28. And burn for 2800 points of damage. Or could have 246. That's game. That would have been probably losing game right there if it wasn't for the fact that going into the battle phase. Okay. Why can I attack? Why am I waiting on him? Should be able to attack my opponent. Or just this card alone. What is with this? Why can I not attack? Okay, we'll go to main phase 2. You want to link summon? I think we might link summon. Probably shouldn't though. Okay, since I can't attack for the end phase, he's gonna lose his monster. And really got rid of the monster. But I should have been able to attack. That's actually why I couldn't do that. Didn't make any sense. Are we gonna see the Strudel combo? Can we see the Strudel combo? I think we can. I think we will. See what my opponent does. Just waiting on him now. And he surrenders. I guess he had nothing. So we get a free win. Not what I wanted, but I'll take it anyway. Because why not? I'll just take the free win. Doesn't make it's free win. Ice McSpicy. Icy McSpicy, okay. I want you to go first. There's a reason for that. Ooh. I'm going with a brick. I literally need to get Jack Knight of the Blue Sky to the hand, or Purple Husk. I have to get Husk or Blue Sky in my hand. 10 Magicians, okay. Let's see how this stacks up against the meta. Alright, I'm liking this. Pendulum Dragon. Double Irish Magician. Yes, I got Brilliant Fusion. Yes, I got Brilliant Fusion. Let's get through this long, big combo. Oh, wait, not some chips. Oh. Now he's got pen 7. Are we gonna make a link rank 4? We could see a rank 4. Why is you good one? You're really hurting me right now. Well, I guess if I get the Purple Husk, I can still search. I'll still get my search. That's not a problem. And we get the Purple Husk. We have it, we have it, we have it. We might have the combo, guys. Search Jack Knight of the Blue Sky. So we got our Purple Husk. Let's see if we can pull this off. We have the ability to do so. Jack Knight of the Blue Sky to hand. We set our Ling card. We will set a Brilliant Fusion. Spell and Trap Zone over there. We should be able to search 2 because of his 2 cards. I'm not 100% positive on that, so I might send a Brilliant Fusion just to be safe. No, we should be able to search 2. He's got 2 on the board. Some of this is defense position. Yes, we should be able to search 2 of them. And if this works, I can get my combo. I'm gonna Ash Blossom. Ouch, you son of a bitch. Freaking prick. Just because you did that, you're gonna be a pain in my side. I hate you. Ash Blossom hurts. Should have got that combo if you didn't have the Ash Blossom. Anyway. Alright, good sir. We get it. My Jack Knights gain additional attacks. Now it's 23, but it doesn't make a difference. Can we? Nah. No, we're not gonna extra X7. And we're just gonna fast turn because we have 33 and 28. He can't run me over, so. And he already has more cards than I do. But he can use his 10 petitions to get rid of these cards if he wants to. And that's the issue I gotta face. Is having him board wipe my cards. Like I said. Pencil, time pencil and graphics is annoying as hell. Like you needed to. What are you expecting? A battle fader? Oh, he just wanted to search. Okay. Yeah, he's going for the OTK. And he's gonna get it. Yeah, it's game. Turn 3, you already got game. That's crazy. How powerful pen magicians really are. And it goes to show that Jack Knights aren't really, right now, meta relevant. And most likely won't be meta relevant. From what I'm seeing here. Most likely it's probably going to be a very gimmicky combo needed to make the deck run. And what I'm seeing so far, guys, Jack Knights aren't cutting it. Sure, they got great defense. And they can stack up. And they can survive a turn or two. But we'll give them one more shot. One more chance to shine. And we'll see what happens. This could be the one moment where they actually do something. But we'll find out. Depending. Could be a good or bad. I know the brain fusion's dead. Ooh, sub-terrors. Alright. Yeah, something to his hand. Didn't see his effect. We're waiting. Some more potato chips. Because I am getting hungry. Ooh, can you feed this monster? Guru. Okay. Okay, get a spell card. That's not gonna work. Okay. I would need to have that be a spell. That's terrible. If I can draw into a spell, that might help. And again, this is a field spell. I can get absolutely nothing. And I'm literally running more spells and traps than I do monsters. And I'm seeing more monsters than I am spells and traps. Okay, so this deck is officially not as good as I thought it was going to be. So I'm probably going to take this to the drawing board if I ever get to go. Alright, we'll just go ahead and surrender this duel. It lets me surrender. There we go. Jack Knights. Don't see them my relevancy. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, start tinkering with the deck some more, and see what I can do with it. Anyway, this has been Dueling with Team Gilgame. I'm Johnny Akusa. If you liked the video, smash the like button. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content on a regular basis now. And we got to see Jack Knights in action. And to be honest, Not as what I expected them to be. Maybe it's because they're too restrictive. I don't know. But anyway, I'm Johnny Akusa. Stay happy. Enjoy this video. And peace out.